Hi everyone, it's Natalie from nellydesign.com. So last year I saw these beautiful ornaments on IKEA's website, but of course they were out of stock. And anyway, I thought these would be so easy to do with a Cricut. So today we're going to create these ornaments. But I won't be giving you the SVG file to make them. No. I will show you how to do them by yourself straight in Design Space. For this project, you'll need Cricut felt, standard grip mat, the fine point blade, you know, the regular blade that comes in all the Cricuts, so you'll be able to do this project with any Cricut, and a little bit of jute twine. So not all felt is created equal, so that's why I'm using Cricut felt. You'll see that common acrylic felt, like this one, you won't be able to cut it with the regular fine point blade. The reason, I think, is that primarily Cricut felt is really made especially for Cricut and is really way thinner than this acrylic felt. I don't know if you can see it. Let me show it to you right here. You see the difference? So this is acrylic felt and this is a Cricut felt. So if you want to cut acrylic felt, you'll need a rotary blade of the Cricut maker. Now I won't go any further into this because I want to keep this video short for Christmas. And if you want to know more about the difference between the different felts, just go in the description of this video. You'll have a link to my blog that will explain everything very clearly. So in Design Space, I have imported this image as a guide. It is imported as a print and cut image, but I won't be printing it or cutting it. It's just as a guide. I'm going to delete it afterwards, but I wanted to show you to be able to compare what I will be drawing with you. So these are the ones I've drawn already, and with you I'm going to do exactly what I did here. So I'm going to show you how I achieve this. So the heart is pretty easy to do, so we're going to go into shape and just draw a heart. It's that easy. And the scale of it, what I've been using is 2.7, so around 2.7 in height. So you just go here and you type 2.7. And that's the height I'm using. You can change the color because we're going to be cutting it in red felt later on, so I can choose to put it red. So one is done. Next, the star. The star, as you can see, has rounded corners. So if I go into shape and I select the star, this star has not rounded corners. So let me scale it to the right height already. So this height is 3.1, 3.1, enter. And what I did is that I went to offset and just offset it by 0.1 inch, not more than this, or you can really do as you want. Just check it out like this. You can see the little preview here. So I think this looks good. So I'm going to hit apply, and then I'm going to delete the original star. So this one, and delete, and then I'm going to put it gray. So there's already two done. So for the horse, I found this one that is a free horse. So if I go to images and type horse, and I click here on free, you'll have these ones that are free. So this is the one I chose. So I'm going to insert it to show it to you. Add to Canva. It's right here. And I think I scaled it a little bit to like 3 inches tall. And the thing to do, because you don't want all the little ornaments inside, is just to go to contour. Click on hide all contour and just close it, and then you'll have your horse without any designs inside. Afterwards, I found this one, but you need to be a Cricut Access member to have access to it or buy it. So this one is called Dala horse. If you want to go straight to it, just go to images and type Dala. I'm going to do it to you for you so you see it. Dala. See, it's right here. So this is the one I took, and the only thing you can see that it comes in 2 separate layers. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete the first layer. I don't need it. I just need the horse. So this is the one I'm going to take. Last but not least, the tree. So I found this one in Design Space also. That's called the pine tree silhouette. So if you type pine tree, you will find it in Design Space. It is also free. So this is something you can use. And if you want, this one is also free, but you'll need to work for it a little bit. This one looks more closely to the original one from IKEA. So I'm going to close up a little bit to show you how to do it. It's kind of simple. You just need to think about it a bit. So if you observe some shapes like this, you can really figure out how to make them. if I use the shapes here and I use the rectangle, the square that has rounded corners, because the little tree has rounded corners too, and I incline this using shift, I'm gonna lock it into position like this. So I scaled it to really fit right here. So this is my first shape. Then I duplicate it and I'm gonna make another one that will fit right here. You see where I'm going, right? And the last one, I've been using a triangle. So I'm gonna take the triangle and I'm gonna scale it, but I need to unlock it first because it is not, I don't want it proportionate. Like this. Now, the thing with the triangle, I don't know if you see it, but it doesn't have any rounded corners. So I'm gonna do the same trick I did with the star. I'm gonna offset just a little bit. I think I did 0.1 for this one too. Let's see what it does. Now you need to click beside it so that it previews correctly. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I'm gonna delete the original one. And now I have a triangle with rounded corners. That's way better. And the lock is back on. Okay, unlock it. See that it does like this. And the last one, I'm gonna take again this little rounded corners square and I'm gonna put it right here. So that's it. Now I select the 4 of them. I'm gonna move them aside. Of course, I'm gonna align them because I want everything to be very centered. And while everything is selected, I'm gonna go to combine and weld. And that's it. You have a nice tree, you did it yourself. If you really like this trick, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me when you do so. So we're almost done. The only thing left is to do a little hole for to insert the jute twine. So I have designed, I'm gonna go and zoom back down. I have a little hole here that's 0.125. Now a little trick for you, again, another one. If you want to move something that is very small, don't select it and try to move it afterwards. You see, you're just gonna scale it. What you need to do is click once and hold the button down. I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you see it. If I click and then I try to move it, I'm gonna be scaling it. So I'm gonna do undo. But if I click and hold, I'm gonna be able to move it. So that's my trick for you. That's a really nice trick. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna need 4 of those. So I'm gonna duplicate it 4 times. Well, 3 times because I already had 1. And I'm gonna move each and every one at the right space where I want them. This is the horse I'm gonna use. Let's see, IKEA did the hole right here, so that's what I'm gonna do. And finally, I have my little, see. When the position is about right, I'm gonna align center. That's what I like. This one I won't align center because it won't be in the center. The star, I'm gonna align center. So in order to remove the circle from the shapes, I'm gonna subtract the little holes. So it's pretty easy. You select both of them, you go to combine and you subtract, and there you have a hole in your shape. So I'm gonna do this for the 4 of them. Don't forget to save your project, always important. So the horse needs to be red also if you want them to cut on the same layer. And these 2 gray are not the same. I don't know if you see it, but they're not. So now they are. Let's see in color sync. Yeah, 2 reds and 2 gray. That's perfect. This is what I want. We're going to be ready to make it. So we're going to click on make it. We're going to hit continue. And what you need to select, of course, is Cricut felt. Cricut felt is a setting that is already in Design Space. So we're going to browse all materials. You can just go and type felt. Usually it works. If you want to make sure you have the right material when you're using Cricut material, there's always the little C right here. So I know that this is the one we need to take. We're going to click done. And then it says to load the fine point blade in the clamp B. So we're going to be putting the materials on the mat and we're going to be cutting it. So the cut did not go all the way through. I should have checked it way better before unloading the mat. I could have gone for another pass. I think it's going to be fine anyway. I'll be able to just cut it with an X-Acto or scissors, so I won't be wasting any materials. I will take much more care for this one. So I noticed also that my material did lift a little in the corner because my mat is not sticky enough. Not everywhere, just in the corners. So sometimes what I do, I will put a little tape like this, make sure the material doesn't lift, and that's it. We'll try another time and maybe I'll do a second pass for this one. So that was not enough. I am putting it on a second time. Okay, I'm done. As you saw, it didn't go perfectly. Not all the projects always go perfectly. I should have made a test cut before cutting a material that I hadn't cut in a long time. I always tell you this. I also have a video on how to make a test cut. I will put the link in the description. But seriously, this is the way to go. You need to do a test cut before you cut a new material. So, lesson learned. And so there's only jute twine to put and we'll be done. Although I had trouble making them, I really do love how they turned out. They are pretty cute and they would be awesome in a Christmas tree, but also you could put it on a bottle of wine. Why not? It would make a really nice decoration, like just like this, don't you think? And if you're in a hurry and you don't want to make all of the files, just know that I will be sharing the design space file on my profile. The link will also be in the description of this video. So if you like IKEA inspired project, I will put another one right here. See you. Bye.